Feel tough with your assault rifles and your sticks? You should be standing here with us.
Stand with us.
You're on the wrong side of history. We know you got a job to do, but you took an oath to the Constitution, not to the fascists in the White House.
Yeah, so that's a brave protester in Los Angeles speaking directly to National Guardsmen who have been deployed by Donald Trump. We have seen how these protests have become significantly worse over the past couple of days because of Donald Trump's involvement. And this brave protester, among others, are standing up to these guardsmen saying, hey, you're on the wrong side of history. You're on the wrong side of the Constitution. You should be standing with us protesting against what Donald Trump is doing. So I want to show you this full clip, but before I do so, I want to deliver some breaking news to you, which is part of the reason why people in LA, like that man right there, are so frustrated with Donald Trump and what his administration is doing. CNN can now confirm that the Trump administration and the Pentagon are sending in roughly 500 Marines, a full battalion, right into Los Angeles. This is a major escalation from Donald Trump. Let's take a look at their breaking news report here.
We have breaking news now from the Pentagon. CNN can now report that roughly 500 Marines are being mobilized in response to the protests in Los Angeles.
And this is a significant escalation from President Trump, who had activated National Guard troops over the weekend without Governor Gavin Newsom's consent. In this new move, active duty military members are being deployed as a show of force against U.S. citizens. CNN's Natasha Bertrand is live for us.
Listen to that before we get further into this report. CNN is reporting that these Marines are being deployed as a show of force against U.S. citizens, Americans who are here in this country. Donald Trump is displaying a show of force against Americans, the people he's meant to be representing. It's insane.
For us at the Pentagon, Natasha, what are you learning?
Well, Brianna, this is something that Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth had previewed over the weekend. He said that if necessary, he would deploy the Marines to Los Angeles to help federal agents with handling the protests there. And it appears now that these Marines, according to our sources, they have been mobilized. These 500 Marines, a full Marine battalion based out of 29 Palms, California, which is just outside San Bernardino, about an hour away from Los Angeles. They have been mobilized and they are gearing up to go and help ICE agents as well as other federal officials deal with these protests in Los Angeles. Importantly, they're going to be bolstering as well the National Guard, guardsmen and women who have been activated in Los Angeles by President Trump. But as you said, it is a significant escalation of the president's use of the military as a show of force against these protesters. It's really not clear, the last time Marines were deployed to help essentially with riot control, though it's unclear at this point just what their actual tasking will be. Typically, if they are deployed to these situations, it is expected that they will operate in much the same way that the National Guard does, doing things like perimeter security, maybe some crowd control. But the rules of engagement here, we are told, are still being finalized, and Defense Department lawyers are also looking at the kinds of rules of engagement these Marines will have as they encounter protesters possibly on the streets of Los Angeles. But again, this coming at a very, very tense moment with the governor of California suing the Trump administration over, of course, the deployment of the National Guard by President Trump against his will there in California.
Yeah, that is a shocking report. Marines going directly into Los Angeles. And as she said, the rules of engagement are still being finalized. We don't know what role the Marines are going to play in California. And we also don't know the last time that Marines have been deployed to help with protest control. But Donald Trump is throwing that all out the window and deploying Marines on American citizens. This is a major escalation. A full Marine battalion will now be positioned in Los Angeles because of Donald Trump. And we have some further reporting here on this from CNN confirming the story that roughly 500 Marines are being deployed into Los Angeles. It marks a significant escalation in Trump's use of military as a show of force against the protesters. One of the people familiar with the Marine mobilization said they will be augmenting the Guard presence on the ground in LA. Over 2,000 members of the California National Guard have been activated by the president, but only about 300 have been deployed to the streets of LA so far. Those initial 300 people were on a routine National Guard drill over the weekend when they were mobilized, which is why they were able to arrive so quickly. It can take up to 72 hours for other guardsmen to be mobilized. The Marines are expected to bolster some of the Guard members who have been deployed in LA for the last 2 days. Now, it seems like from this reporting, these guardsmen, these Marines, excuse me, are going to be helping the guardsmen in pushing back on protesters. That is once again using the military against the American people. Now, the Trump administration has said that they don't plan to invoke the Insurrection Act as of now, but I wouldn't put it out of the question. I mean, we've seen things escalate dramatically over the past couple of days. Now Marines are going directly into Los Angeles. And as I mentioned, this is why people are so frustrated. This is why we're seeing clips like this, where people are saying to these National Guardsmen, you're on the wrong side of history. What you're doing is wrong. So I want to play this full clip for you, and we'll talk about it after.
Feel tough with your assault rifles and your sticks? You should be standing here with us. You're on the wrong side of history. We know you got a job to do. But you took an oath to the Constitution, not to the fascists in the White House. Think about what you're doing now. Think about what this means. Coming into our community. Peaceful fucking community. People working their jobs. They send in men in military fatigues. Weapons of war into our communities. And you stand here and you allow it. I am sick and tired of it. You should be sick and tired of it. You think any of these people in the White House sending you these commands give a fuck about you? Not one of them do. They laugh at you. Our president laughs at you. He calls you fools. He said the people who died overseas in the military were chumps. That's who you're defending right now. Every last... Think about your place in history, ladies and gentlemen. Ask yourself when you wake up tomorrow. I don't know if you have kids. Ask yourself the future you want for your children. Is it this? You can answer me. Is it this? Do you feel good about this?
I think it's a really powerful point at the end there. Like, do these National Guards people who have been deployed, do they feel good about this? Are they like behind what Donald Trump is doing? Do they recognize that in the history books, what we're seeing happening in Los Angeles right now will be looked down upon? They will not be celebrated. It won't be celebrated as a show of force against the American people. Using the military against the American people will always, always, always be the wrong decision. It's the wrong decision now. It'll be the wrong decision and looked at as the wrong decision 50 years from now. Do they want this for their kids? Do they want... Do the people in the United States, even Trump supporters, want their kids growing up in a country where the president is using the military against American citizens? I don't think so. So I think Trump supporters have to take a deep look inside themselves right now and ask, are you okay with this? And are you okay with a future president of the United States who might disagree with you using this power against people that align with you? I don't think so. What we've seen from Donald Trump in the past couple of days, and with the Marines being deployed now, 500 of them, is unprecedented. It is a major escalation, and it should scare truly every American, regardless of political affiliation. You could be a major Democrat, major Republican, I don't care. This is wrong. So I just wanted to show you this clip. I thought him speaking directly to these troops is so powerful, and I think people need to see clips like this in moments like this. So I will leave the video there. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here. Make sure to subscribe down below. It goes an incredibly long way. Also drop a like on the video and comment. Let me know what you think about this story. And as I always say, I greatly appreciate you, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.